Welcome to this short video explaining your planning options at the University of Tasmania. My name's Emma and I'm the planning course coordinator. There are three options. These are fully nested, so the 6-month grad cert in urban planning can be upgraded to a 1-year graduate diploma of environmental planning, and that can then be upskilled into the 2-year Master of Planning. The Master of Planning is the course that is fully accredited by the Planning Institute of Australia. Essentially, the grad cert gives you the core skills in urban planning, including the all-important statutory land use planning unit. The graduate diploma adds in the environmental planning component, and you get a choice in terms of your elective. And then the Master of Planning adds in a climate change planning unit, a professional placement unit where we work with you and essentially find you the placement. This can be really critical in terms of finding that step into professional work, and some research units. The courses are principally focused on Tasmanian places and landscapes. So we do teach the Tasmanian statutory planning system, for example. However, there are quite a lot of opportunities to customise your learning, and many of the units, including the theory units, some of the environment units, climate content, is independent of place, so it won't matter where you are in terms of where you're based or where you're hoping to work. The learning about urban places, peri-urban places, regional planning will be useful no matter where you are and what you're planning to do. So this is the structure of the graduate certificate in urban planning, and essentially the first units that anybody is going to do, no matter whether you're in the 6-month, 1-year or 2-year program. So yeah, I'm happy to talk you through the details of this, but I'm going to keep it short for the sake of giving you a brief overview. The 6-month course becomes the 1-year course by doing all of those units plus an elective. Generally, people choose between environmental impact assessment or particular planning, but for anybody interested in taking the fundamentals of spatial information, that is also an option. This is the structure of the 2-year Master of Planning. So you do all of those core units that are part of the 6-month course, the elective that is part of the Graduate Diploma 1-year course, and then add on climate change, economics, politics and planning, professional placement unit. Unless you already have working in the sector or have lots of experience in the sector, you will do the placement. For many people, this is the key selling point of the Master of Planning, that you get 80 hours of work experience with a placement provider that we work with you to find, and this sometimes turns into professional work, or at least helps people get professional work by giving them a really good reference and somebody who will vouch for them. The other half of that second year is research skills. Mostly this is aimed at people wanting to step into jobs where you would use research as part of your job and not a research strictly role or academia. That is where the research thesis is aimed, but most people do what is called the professional research units of 704, 703, where we work with clients like local councils to give you really practical instruction on things like bushfire research, climate adaptation research, a whole suite of skills that are very connected to the kind of research that you need to do in the workplace. For lots of great examples about where people have taken planning courses, look no further than the Planning Institute of Australia Become a Planner page, and they have lots of great resources there, people who've done planning and talk to you about what their job looks like now. This is absolutely the first place to go in terms of some real-world examples of the kinds of places that planning courses will take you. I'm very happy to talk to people one-to-one about where they are and which course might be appropriate and what that might lead you to. If you look back at any of these particular course pages on the university web pages, you can find a book with me or book now, and that will drop you into my bookings page where I have 20-minute slots available to talk to you about what a planning course at the University of Tasmania might look like.